Welcome back, tribe. Been a minute since we covered a Filipina P video. What do Filipinas have to offer looking for a husband? Let's see the difference between West and the East.
Hi folks, the Philippine P here. And today I'll be asking local women to define the role of a man as they see it and what they expect out of a relationship as well as what they provide in return. Now I've often talked about the good qualities of Filipinas and how we can make excellent, but there's one issue in particular that you might not see eye to eye on, and it can cause a lot of problems. I think you'll spot it right away. But let's talk about it after you listen to the interview. What's the role of a husband?
For me, I think husband is the one who work for the family because that's what we call ama ng tahanan. So he is the one who will pay for the bills, love his wife, and especially his kids.
Okay, so the husband is the main provider of the family.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the duty of a wife?
The wife is the one who will take care of her kids and her husband.
Okay, so the wife is basically the one taking care of the household and the kids, and of course the husband first.
Yes.
The husband first. Okay. If the husband is the main provider, should the wife help as well to pay the bills?
I think it's a no.
It's a no. Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, for you, it's should be just the guy, and the wife should just stay at home and take care of the house and the kids.
Yeah.
Who comes first, your husband or your family?
I think it's my family because my family is the one who...
Pay very close attention to the boys looking to go over there. Understand that you will have to be traditional in the most foundational sense where you are the wallet, you provide for the family. There's nothing wrong at all. It's natural, but you don't have priority in her life. There's a lot of guys that send me messages that say, hey, by the way, if you go down here, or let the guys know if you go down here, you're not expected to just take care of her. You're expected to take care of her whole family. So just understand that when you want strong traditional family values, in some cultures, the family will be a priority over you. It's not all of them. For example, in like parts of Latin America or most of Latin America, once you get a woman and that's your wife, like her main priority is going to be her kids, her husband. You know, the rest of the family is expected to take care of themselves. All the uncles and aunts and everybody else got their own business, their own thing going on. You're not expected to take in the family. The income disparity is so massive in countries like Philippines, though, that when a Westerner comes with his salary, he can afford to take care of the family. So there is a culture now where you as a Westerner are expected to help out the rest of the family. It's not like that everywhere else. So that's a negative because a lot of guys don't want that extra baggage. I'm here to take care of you and our kids. I don't need to be messing with I don't care what the rest of the family's going through, you know? And that's off-putting to a bunch of them. And that expectation has been placed specifically on Westerners because with each other, they don't have the same expectations. Yeah, if you're cool with that, by all means, head over there. The dollar is exceptionally good in these kinds of countries, and you will go very far on very little, and you can live a life and be free financially. But when we're talking about women, don't know how ideal that sounds to you. Personally, would not put up with that.
Look for you before your husband. So I think it's my family.
Okay, so but then again, it says in the Bible, cleave unto your husband, leave your family and cleave unto your husband and become one flesh.
I think I can't leave my family for my husband and I can't leave my husband for my family. So it's just mutual.
Mutual. What if they don't get along? Who's gonna be?
It's their problem.
It's their problem.
Not mine anymore.
Okay, so even if they don't like each other,
they should bond together. For me, if they really love me, then they should bond, diba?
Who gets to make the tough decisions?
I think it's the husband.
The husband?
Yeah,
okay.
Because he's the main provider.
Okay, so you'd be submissive to your husband?
I think yes.
I think yes. What benefit does a man get from being married? What are the advantages?
It is there is someone or somebody who can take care of them.
Okay.
That's the concise and precise answer I can tell.
Concise and precise answer, someone that can take care of him?
Yeah.
What if he just hires a nurse? He doesn't need a wife. He doesn't have to marry the nurse. No comment.
Checkmate.
Okay. For me, people get married because it's their choice, and like their mindset is like, when I get older, I have someone who can look for me, especially.
Look, man, that question stumps her because, you know, in that culture, they're just trained to do the very basics. You as a man, when you go overseas, like, what do you want out of a woman? What kind of, you know, utility, what she brings to the table? I've referenced my grandma and my own mother a bunch of times, but they know how to do far more than just being a maid, like helping around the house, actually, like tilling the land, actually, like snout to tail, processing an animal. You know what I mean? Like, these skills, they still have them. You can consider them old world skills because growing up, I had pigs, I had chickens, I had a bunch of farm animals and obviously land to till. And so we had to, you know how to do that. Turn grapes into wine, yada, yada, yada. Make moonshine. We knew how to do all this. Do you want a woman that can work with her hands too, that can help you build a house? Because my grandpa built his house with my grandmother with their bare hands on my father's side of the family. They did all the work. They took all the clay out of the ground from where the house was built, heated it up, made bricks out of it, and built a house out of it. You know, it's like, how capable do you want your woman? Technically, if you want a strong marriage, if you want a good union, you want your woman to be as capable as possible. If you're looking for the bare minimum, if you just want a woman to pop your babies out and take care of your kids, and that's good enough for you, then this part of the world is great, dude. In other parts of the world where the basics are okay. But if you're going to enter into a lifelong marriage with somebody, you want a partner to help you raise your kids. Do you want them to be smart? Do you want them to be capable? Do you want them to be able to help you with other parts of life, just beyond raising kids? Men can do really well raising kids too. I mean, the single father statistics in America say that their outcomes are just as good as dual households. It's only single mothers that suffer. So it seems like men can raise kids by themselves. Absolutely no problem. And they will end up being successful in life. If that's the case, why not just get a surrogate? You know, these are like questions that you have to ask yourself. If you're a man and you're doing well financially, you could do what Ronaldo did, get a surrogate. Honestly, raise kids yourself without having to have somebody that in the eyes of some men would be considered a leech. Well, all you do is sit at home all day. You think it's enough that you watch the kids? I mean, this is very dependent on the individual. Personally, I need someone that's far more well-rounded. I don't need a Stepford wife. I don't need a maid to be at home to cook and clean, a private chef. I could cook and I could clean myself. Like, what do you bring to the table beyond that? Okay, you can make babies. I understand. That's great. That's nice. You know, but what are the other layers on top? Because we only get one ticket in life, dude. And if you have somebody that's like willing to be the maid, willing to be the cook, willing to pop out your babies, but is like dull up here, you can't have a conversation, can't sit around and just, this is somebody you can talk to. You know, when you start to get old, when the 60s, 70s, 80s hit you, look back on your life, enjoy, have a conversation. That's going to be rough, dude.
When you have a kids.
Okay, so someone to grow old with, or
With someone you love, and
okay,
someone who can take care of you in your lifetime.
so it's really like till death do us part.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like a lifetime partnership.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What if you meet the perfect guy? He's like the man of your dreams. He's perfect in every way, but he doesn't want to marry you. Would it be okay that you just, just together without the paper?
I think it's a no, because I literally stand for the saying that I date to marry.
You date to marry, so that's the qualifications. You don't want to sleep around. You don't want to date a lot of people. You want to date that guy that will be your husband for the rest of your life.
Yes.
So Mega, what's the role of the husband?
For me, the role of the husband is to, especially, most importantly, to love his wife. Also, to provide the needs.
To provide.
And also the wants of the wife.
Oh, what are your needs and wants? Are they expensive? Is it gonna be an expensive one? Wants?
I am a person that is not very materialistic, and I appreciate small things. I appreciate small things coming from, especially from my loved ones. Even if like that's just like a cheap ones, that's okay. At least it comes from the heart.
Yeah, it's the gesture, right? Okay. What about the wife? What's the duty of a wife?
For me, as a future wife.
Yeah, as a future wife.
As a future wife, my role is to take care of the kids, especially, and to be the what do you call it, the light of the house.
What about your husband? Would you still take care of him if you get You just said kids, eh?
Yes, I would also take care of my husband, love him, and then when he comes after work, I will.
You will? You're gonna hold the lumber?
No.
No.
I will ask him if how's his day? Is it how's his work? Is it like stressful or like that?
Would you kiss and hug and give him a massage?
Yes.
Yes. Future husband, if you're watching this, you're gonna be in for a surprise, Charas. You're gonna be a lucky guy. Why should people get married?
For me, people should get married because being into a marriage is a lifetime, and being with someone love the most is a lifetime. So without marriage, you cannot experience true love.
Okay, so it has to have
A marriage.
a marriage. Okay.
Yeah.
What benefits does a man get from being married? Yeah. I can't think of any. No. Next question. Why should a man pick you instead of other girls?
I am a person who is very helpful and
I want you guys to pay attention to something. This one's clearly not ready and not marriage material. You should have caught on to that from the very beginning, just the uncertainty in her answers. The answers were, I would, this is what I would do. Good marriage material is how I make your life easier, how I make your life more pleasant, how I make everything more peaceful for you the moment you walk through the door. It's what I do for you. That's what it is. It's not I. Here's what I. When he comes home, I'll ask him about his day. I'll do. Like, that's shit. No man is going to get married so he could be asked about his day. It's what you can do to better your man's life, to make life easier for him while he's out there working his ass off trying to provide for the family. You know, and this dynamic is fundamental to a healthy relationship. Again, I see it in my side of the family that's still together, no divorces. I see it in other people that I know that have been married for decades, 0 divorces. The man says the same thing. My life is easier with her in it. Without her, I don't know where I'd be in my life. If a woman doesn't do 2 things, make your life easier and bring you peace, and pushes you to be great. This is another key factor. A woman that's always going to push you to achieve your dreams, always going to push you to be more, to do more, to be capable of more, because she understands and sees the potential in you. That's what a good woman does. She turns a good man great. And there's so many great men in the history books that have said, my wife believed in me. My wife was there when nobody else was. My wife this. You know, Conor McGregor is a great story of that. The dude was broke on welfare. His wife was there cooking him his meals, making sure he was going to the gym, believing in him. They were struggling. You should listen up to his story about how, you know, his entire career got started. Nobody else believed in him. It was a crazy idea. Dude had a shitty dead-end job, didn't know what to do. Until his wife said, let's do this, but be 100% about it. And was basically his chef, his personal assistant, his biggest supporter, and his financier that was just holding it down while they were on the way to building the dream. He was in the gym 24/7, getting after it. This is what it means to have a partner in life, boys. You just have to filter out the trash. It's so hard to see it because in the West, dude, they think they deserve an Oscar, an Emmy, just for putting on makeup and stepping out of the house. Like, that's how far we've fallen, is the fact that they think putting on a dress and makeup somehow entitles them to like a $500 5-star restaurant dinner. It's wild. Well, I took the time to put on my makeup, and you have no idea how much this concealer costs and this foundation, and you are lucky you're breathing my air, and I said yes to you. Like, dude, you are not even worth relationships. You're a pump and dump, which is exactly the way you're being treated by every man you're going out with. This is what women don't understand when they're dating in the West. You're so valueless compared to a traditional woman from the rest of the world that you can't even hold on to a man for more than a few weeks, a few months, let alone get a ring out of him. That's crazy talk. That's crazy talk. You can't cook basic food. The most you do is microwave boxed lunches. You put a powder in water, heat it up, and then drop the pasta and say you made something. That's crazy. You don't read. You're not that intelligent. You don't even work out. Your body lives on like alcohol, drugs, and sleepless nights. Your body count would make old school professionals jealous. It's insanity, dude. You're treated exactly how you project out into the world, and that is trash. You project trash, you get treated like trash.
I put others first before myself, and that's the main reason why man should choose me, because that characteristics of a woman is very call this
Next.
Rare?
yeah,
Too modernized.
Okay. What if you met the perfect guy, but the problem is he doesn't want to marry you. He doesn't believe in marriage. He just wants to be with you forever and ever and ever. Amen.
In that case, if a man doesn't believe in marriage or doesn't want to be tied up in a real life situation, I would literally force him. Force him. No, I will just.
What are you gonna do?
No, I will just explain the advantages, the disadvantages of being married, and
But what are the advantages of being married? See, he's so perfect. Why do you need the marriage? Oh, okay. Let's see. You guys can pretend being married without signing the paper. You can wear your gown. You can have a big feast. You can invite the lazy uncle, the chismosa tita to eat at your wedding. All expense paid, but it's just for a show. And you guys aren't really signing the paper that you really are married. You really are married to each other, but he's there with you for the rest of his life.
no.
No marriage. What else should I even offer? Okay, so you're gonna force him by hook or by crook.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to marry me too. Okay. Marriage is very important. I gotcha. You really want to get married, huh? Okay, so what if he asks you to sign a prenuptial agreement? Would you sign the prenuptial agreement?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You won't have any problem. You're gonna be okay signing the prenup. You're not gonna throw tantrums like you don't love me, you don't trust me. No. You'll understand why he's doing that, right?
Yeah.
What's the role of a husband?
For me, the role of the husband is to support the family financially, the needs of the families in terms of food, money, and especially the educational support for his children.
Okay, so the main provider of the family.
Yeah.
Okay, someone who could hunt and bring the meat to the family.
And you?
What about the wife? What's the duty of a wife?
Basically, as Filipino, I observe that wives are just basically at home, taking good care of the children, preparing their food, preparing their children and her husband's food for their daily lives, and washing clothes, like household chores mostly.
And is it okay? Is it not frowned upon here? Because sometimes in the West, women say that's beneath them.
Yeah, but maybe differs from our culture because most of the wives are just stay at home.
But it's not really bad. It's fairly common to see
No,
a wife staying
yeah.
at home.
Because it's helping each other as
Exactly.
family.
Who comes first? Your family, your parents, your siblings, or your husband?
In a case when I already have a husband, maybe I will prioritize my husband, but it doesn't mean that I will leave my family.
Right.
It is important to pick or to have a husband that could understand the closeness of us Filipino when it comes to our parents. They know how to respect, and they also love our parents the way we love them as their
Right.
personal child.
Okay. What if they don't get along? What would happen?
I can't pick, and I will not pick a husband that will not love my parents. From the very start, it's my parents that was there for me. Then I will pick a partner that will not love them. It's very unfair for them. At the end of the day, I still have my parents, and I will support them. even if
Priority.
I'm outside the country.
You want to
You're
be
number two.
married in the future?
Of course, I would like to have a partner that would take good care of me, that would understand me, and to help me decide my decisions in life.
What if you met the dream guy of your life? He's so perfect, except he doesn't believe in marriage. He doesn't want to marry you.
Marriage is just, for me, it's just a paper, and if he's loyal and very faithful to you, there's no reason that he would leave you, because he loves you. Like,
exactly.
you're the one.
In your opinion, what's the role of
Good
a
answer.
husband?
The role of a husband is to take responsibilities of a household, because he must be the one to lead the family, and of course to be the leader in the household.
Follow the leader. Okay, the leader of the household. Okay, so he's the head. Okay. What about the wife? What's her duty?
The duty of a wife is to give light of a household. Means she will be the one to take care of the kids if there is. Of course, she will be the one to take care of her husband.
Ooh, take care of the husband.
Of course, she's responsible for cooking, cleaning, and everything. So,
what about you? Would you be okay to be, a stay-at-home mom?
I wonder for the guys, man. Would you get married if your woman's only offering you being a maid, a chef, and a nanny? Is that enough for guys? I'm curious, because I think there's like two camps here. There's some guys that hear this and immediately go, yes, that's exactly what I want. I just want a woman that stays at home. She cooks, cleans, and looks after my kids. That's all I need. And then there's another camp that goes like, this is absolutely what I don't want. This is a complete turnoff. All you do is things I can hire out people for. What do you bring to the table? Why should I get married if all you do is you cook and you clean? I already have cleaners that come over and clean my house. I can cook for myself or hire people to bring me food. I can go eat out every single day if I want. It's like, I'm curious. And does it depend on the amount of money you earn? I feel like for men on the lower income scale, this is obviously far more attractive. But men that earn far more money and already have maids and cooks and already have those basic household needs taken care of through their finances may look at this and go, well, that deal seems a little bit raw still. Very raw, actually, because living in with somebody is a whole different beast. Is it enough that you cook and you clean and all that? Sex can only take you so far, man. For those of you that have been married or have been in long, multi-year, 5+ year relationships and living with somebody know exactly what I'm talking about. For the guys that may be inexperienced or never had a girlfriend and have no idea what it's like to live with a woman, where arguments get started over stupid shit and not every day is a good day, and they're an entire individual and have their own emotional needs and they're going through their own roller coaster, and shit may be bothering them one day or something is bothering you one day and you need your space. Space is a very big thing. Yeah, it's very intricate, and I'm interested in what the guys think when they hear women dole out, well, I can cook for you, I can clean for you, and I can watch your kids. Where are we on that as a community, as men? I'm curious. Personally, for me, it's not enough. If that's what you're offering to get a ring, I don't think that's enough, dude. My place is clean. I have a little robot that cost me like $2,000, 3-4 days out of the week on schedule every single time, robotically, mops, scrubs, and vacuums the floors. You could eat off them. So that clean part, we're done. Food here, extremely cheap in Eastern Europe. I could order out every single time if I want to. Literally, it costs like $12 for a very nice meal, $8 for a cheaper one. Delivered, and it's healthy. And then I can cook my own basics, the stuff I need for my diet, eggs, a steak here and there. So if you're asking me to move in with a woman, and all she adds is what my robot does and what my Uber Eats app does for the trade-offs of all those other potential peace-destroying qualities just by living in with somebody. I don't know. I don't know if that deal sounds good. It doesn't to me. Now, if we go back and you offer what I said, like I walk through the door and it's just immediately, you're just a sponge that takes all the stress away. And, I'm kick my feet up on the couch. I'm tired. I'm getting a massage. Life's good. You're making me laugh. I'm just super relaxed. All my problems go away when I get home. I don't have to worry about work. Everything's taken care of. The house smells good. Meals are already done in that fashion. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be more. You got to anticipate my needs. You have to understand what I need day to day. And then marriage for me is like, cool. You'll never have to work another day in your life. I'll take care of everything. Because what I get from you in return, the peace, the psychological happiness, etc., whatever you want to call it, the serenity is what I'll pay mountains of gold for. You know, because that's the hardest thing to find in the world today. That's just how I feel personally, especially after living with a woman and being in long-term relationships and just in the dating pool today in general. That's just the first thing I could look for. What do you guys think?
Mom or wife?
If it's his will to like want me to stay at home, then I would.
If it's his will, would you consider yourself submissive?
a little.
A little. Why do you giggle? It's a little. I'm a little submissive. Do you want your husband to lead? Like to be the leader of the relationship?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Would you sign a prenuptial agreement?
Yeah.
Why?
It's actually me as a girl. I don't wanna like marry someone because there are different misconceptions about getting married just because, especially if that guy for example, if that guy is already stable,
Right.
People would say, she will just marry that because of money.
Right.
And besides of that, I also wanted to get married just to protect protect something in that guy. What he had.
Yeah.
What he had and what I had, because we cannot say that marriage is perfect.
Right.
So
that way too, you can prove to him that you're not just about.
You're not just after his money or something.
Exactly. I don't know why girls are so kind of upset when the guy is like talking.
Many
about,
girls would be upset.
I know. It's like it's also protecting your interest in the.
And of course, you're gonna know if that your interest is like really love.
Yes, exactly.
Or something else.
And also, if you're marrying him for the rest of your life, then what's the problem, right?
Yeah,
That's like, what's the problem? You're gonna be staying with him for the rest of your life. Then what's the problem? Why are you so adamant? That should be like the basic protocol before getting married. Sign a prenup.
Yeah.
Make it easier, So what if you met
In a paternity
the perfect
test.
guy? He's perfect in every way. He's very loyal, sweet, romantic, yummy. Did I say yummy? And yummy. And also, he told you that he's going to love you forever and ever. But
there's a but.
There's a but. Of course, there's always a but. I smell a but coming. He just wants you guys to live together without the paper.
He don't believe in marriage? But let me ask you something. What's really the importance of marriage?
For me, nothing really, unless you're having children. Because for a guy, there's no benefit.
Yeah,
there's no benefit
for a guy alone. There's
no benefit in getting married.
To answer that question, it actually depends on the guys if he wanted to have kids, like what you said earlier.
Right.
Marriage is important only when you have kids.
You mentioned earlier you're single.
Yeah.
And you're actively looking for a partner. Describe.
Blushing.
Yeah, I know she's really pink. Okay, so your perfect mate. Draw him for us right now.
He's mature, of course.
Mature? Is it age or just
mindset, age, whatever.
Okay.
He's mature, responsible, of course, gentleman.
Okay. All the good stuff.
All the good stuff.
But how about physically?
I'm not really looking to really handsome.
Okay. Not a Brad Pitt?
No.
What about height?
Height. Higher.
Taller than you?
5'4". I am 5'4", maybe 5'6". Or not specific.
5'6" and above.
Okay.
How about salary? Does it matter?
No, does not matter.
How about body type?
We already know
Skinny, muscular,
No, really.
dad bod, body,
Athletic.
a little beer belly,
Beer belly.
cuddly, or a fluffy.
Cushy.
Yeah, squishy, fluffy.
Yeah,
Cuddle.
I don't care about that.
Langga, what's the role of a husband?
To provide for their family and to support and take care of her family.
What about the wife? What's her duty?
To clean the house and take care of her children.
What about a husband? Should she take care of the husband too?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Which comes first, your husband or your family?
My family, of course.
Your family? Okay. What about the husband? Isn't he supposed to be your main family now that you married him?
I don't
Nope.
You don't know? But in your opinion, it would be your family first.
Yes.
Okay. Isn't it kind of unfair for your husband, though?
So they don't know why men should get married because they don't benefit from it. You're expected to be a walking wallet, provide for her and the kids. Fine. That's what we do anyways. But you're not even first priority. So you do all the things. They know exactly what a man's supposed to do. But then when you ask them what they're supposed to do, what they bring to the table, it's, yeah, my husband's needs are somewhere in between third and fourth place. After my kids, after my family, after what I want, then he's next. I don't know, dude. That's a good deal to you guys? I don't know.
Maybe not. If my husband is understanding.
What if his priority is you and your priority is not him? That's gonna be a problem, right? What benefit does a man get from being married?
I cannot see what is the advantages of being
Married?
yeah.
There are no advantages? So you can't think of any advantages for a man being married? What do you offer a man? Why should a man marry you?
To continue their lineage like that.
Okay, to create and multiply.
Yes.
Okay, so that's one thing you can offer a guy? to create and multiply? Okay, gotcha. Okay, living together
God.
without the paper, without being married to him.
I want a guy that can marry me soon.
Why should a man pick you over other girls? What can you offer him?
Should pick me because I'm stable, I'm single, and I'm also virgin.
Stable, single, and a virgin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a rare one you're not going to find anywhere. That's actually how marriages used to be. You know, you get a virgin wife. So now we're going into the strictest traditional sense of the word, marriage and a union between man and a woman under God. So she's kept herself from dating from other men. This completely changes the equation for a lot of men. Now, this is the other variable we want to add into this equation. Next question is, do you guys feel that you should marry non-virgin women? I'm curious about that because that's what marriages used to be. So here you have a woman that's a virgin. Obviously ideal when we talk about pair bonding and all the other little red pill and manosphere terminologies and, you know, no psychological damage. Now you have somebody that's, you know, mentally strong enough, disciplined enough to not engage in hedonistic behavior. It has their priorities straight and, you know, all likelihood would make an incredible wife, would be able to take direction and you leading her exceptionally well. So now is it worth it for you guys? That's a good question. I didn't even factor in virginity, dude, because that's obviously in the world we live in today. If you're waiting on a virgin, you're probably dying alone, at least in the West. I'm sure you could travel to these parts of the world and, you know, find something, but that's still a needle in a haystack. It's not common. Obviously, it's not impossible, but damn, you're going to be looking for a while. And that may be a prerequisite for some guys, like absolutely she has to be a virgin if I'm going to get married. And for other guys, that doesn't matter. For other guys, they're okay with, you know, what's the body count that you're okay with? Is it a couple? Is like 1, 2, 3 dudes? You know, chicks are pushing 20, 30 out of high school. By college, it's 50, 60, hundreds. I mean, we've had videos on the channel with chicks that say they got 100 body counts by 20 years old. So, and all the girlfriends are laughing in the group like they're all partaking. You know, obviously that's the furthest thing from a wife, but variables. Talk to me. Is that enough?
How can you find that to others?
I know, it's rare. Rarity is here. The unicorn. Okay, so your husband is gonna be the only guy in your life. What if you met your perfect guy? He said, I'm gonna love and devote my life to you forever. I'm gonna stay with you, but we don't have to get married. Would you be okay with that?
No.
Why not?
No. I think
And I think this one's got a point. Dude, like she has the strongest foundation to stand on because she's saving herself for marriage And if that dude does not want to get married, obviously she's not going to give it up then, period. Or she shouldn't. If she meets and starts dating a guy or getting courted, whatever, absolutely. Like, this one can demand, you got to put a ring on it first, period. I'm saving myself from my husband. What do you say then as a man? Obviously, that's a good tactic to avoid, F-boys and losers that are just looking to hit it and have absolutely no intention of committing. Or a guy hitting her with the whole spiel of, I don't believe in marriage, which is fine. You don't have to. But for her, obviously, it's important. She saved herself for her husband. So I can't fault her on that one, dude. She has every right to.
Marriage is important.
How
Yeah.
so?
Gives me assurance.
Is the paper an assurance?
Yeah.
Would you
It's
risk
fine.
that guy, this guy, because he doesn't really believe in signing a paper, but would you choose a different guy that you're not really sure that, he's gonna stay loyal to you?
That guy.
But then the guy, but you said you want to get married.
But I'm gonna propose to him.
Okay, now we're talking.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't want to marry you,
Then I'm gonna propose to him.
yeah, okay. Which comes first? Your family or your husband?
My husband.
Nice.
Ooh, interesting. Why is that?
Because he's my partner.
Because he's your partner and he's your family supposed to be, right?
Because
Okay.
we're
See the
building
difference
a
in mentality?
What's the role of a husband?
So the role of the husband is to provide the needs of their family.
What about the wife? What's the duty of a wife?
Household works,
Okay.
like for cook,
To cook?
clean,
Okay. So
also take care of the children if nanay anak.
Oh, okay. So to take care of the household, to help the husband and take care of the kids. If the husband is the main provider, should the wife also help to pay the bills? Like, should she look for a job?
Pure no, because the husband can do it.
Okay, so the husband can do it. So the wife should just only stay at home.
Yes.
Okay. So which comes first? Your family, like your parents, your siblings, or your husband?
For me, family, I should prioritize them first. In the future, they can also help me. Like, nana,
Okay.
my
So
family.
you want to prioritize your family first so they can help you in the future.
Yes.
But what about even your husband? I mean, why not prioritize your husband?
Not all your attention was into him.
Not all your attention?
Yes.
Yes? Would you sign a prenuptial agreement?
For me, no.
No. Why not?
And I wonder what these women that are giving these answers of my family's more important, don't give him all the attention, basically is only needing the husband to provide a life for them, have been pumped and dumped, have been in the dating pool and got used by men, because those answers are completely different than what the virgin was saying she wanted for her life, that abstained from being psychologically used and damaged, right? So a lot of these women obviously are not virgins, obviously have played around, got burned, and now they've protected themselves psychologically by not putting the husband first. Like, is that what we're seeing? Because a lot of them, it seems like the more experience you have in the streets, the less you're willing to invest in your partner as a way to protect yourself psychologically from being, heartbroken like you were multiple times by guys you may have thought were the one and living the Disney happily ever after. Again, another reason why men prefer women with low body counts or virgins. Look at the difference. And like, I prioritize my husband. No, I prioritize my family and my kids. But what about your husband? He can't get all the attention. You're an afterthought. After the paycheck comes in, you're an afterthought. That's your marriage? Whatever, dude. If that was the answer I was staring down a barrel for, I'm good, bro. I'm getting my dog and I'm gonna go hiking for the rest of my life. If that's my only option, I'm cool on that.
Or sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring. You're gonna be sharing.
Not wife
You're gonna
material.
be sharing anything that you have during the marriage anyway. Okay, so
So cool. So the guy says, oh, sharing's caring? Cool. All right, cool. I'm going to have a couple of girlfriends on the side too. Sharing is caring, right? Your family is important, right? Well, my sexual needs are important, right? What I want's important, right? Because you're not giving me 100%. You're giving me like 50%. So the other 50% is going to come from the streets, right? I mean, this is the, fallacy in the logic there. And this is why the relationships will fail.
sharing is caring. All right. Okay, so why should a man marry you? What do you offer a man?
Doing
household chores.
Maid.
Household chores? Okay, you can offer to do the household chores.
Yes.
That's it?
He could get a maid. He doesn't have to marry the maid. He doesn't have to risk his asset to marry the maid, but okay. Now, obviously, this is a tiny sample size, so we can't draw any definitive conclusions. But several things should become crystal clear. Filipinas overwhelmingly believe in more traditional roles for both men and women, with the man as provider and the woman as mother and housewife. We're perfectly content doing the cooking and cleaning, and we still view marriage as the gold standard for a happy life. That might sound good so far, but I'm sure you spotted some potential problems, like the importance of a Filipina's family and the way it affects her thinking. It's a completely alien concept to most Westerners.
Yeah, and if the family doesn't like you, but you've already gotten married, and then they drew all these ideas in her head, and then you get a quarrelsome marriage, and then they pit you against each other. Yada, 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 man. It's happened. Men in the comments. Go ahead. Tell them what happens.
If I were a man, I'd have serious reservations about getting involved with a woman that didn't put me first. Isn't that what a marriage is supposed to be all about?
Yep.
Now, some of you might see this as a noble trait, while plenty of others are bound to see it as an obsessive devotion to our clan, and it can cause a lot of problems down the road. This might be a valuable conversation to have before getting too deep into our relationship, to find out where you stand on the totem pole. I also got the feeling that some of these young women had never even wondered what a man gets out of the relationship, and why marriage would be an attractive option. We Filipinos certainly have our own strengths and weaknesses, and as always, it's my job to point it out.
Yeah, it's a good video. It lets guys key in on the modernizing of other nations that, you may have been sold to as greener pastures. Always said, stay away from bigger cities. Got to go to provinces if you want more tradition. Women that are far more capable than just cooking and cleaning. Yada, yada, yada. Some of the comments say, these girls prove the adage, always keep an island in between your wife and her family. And then here's what this comment says. The main problem with marrying young Filipinas is that they can still be very brainwashed by her parents to be a provider for them. It takes a few years for a Filipino working hard, sending all that extra money home and seeing that money used to make other people's lives better while she's taken for granted. Marrying a 30+ old Filipina is more likely to be ready to understand family is what she can create with a man. Unfortunately, by 30+, most, parentheses, 66% of Filipinas already have kids, so she has already created a dysfunctional family of her own. Fortunately, there are options. Many more Filipinas willing to be live-in housekeeper. So for $150 to $200 a month USD plus food, the household is taken care of. Dating is also easy, so that's taken care of, and you get a variety. And as soon as a girlfriend creates drama, you can easily move on. And then you have the simp Glenn here. So interesting that even the younger Filipinas embrace the traditional view of a couple and expect the male partner to follow this too. One of the bigger attractions for men in the West for sure. Couple that with the sheer beauty of Filipinas, you have a knockout combination. Bro, this the guy. This the dude. He's gonna go overseas to become a walking wallet. This is Cubicle Carl, Cubicle Glenn right here. Check him out. Unbelievable, bro. Some men are okay with absolute bare minimum. I'm telling you guys, men are just as much the problem as women. Like if you're okay with accepting some of the things, like even Philippine P mentioned it in the video, like, is marriage even worth it? Like, that guy can't spot the red flags. He's just absolutely blown away that a woman would want to be led by a Cubicle Carl. That's enough, dude. And this is the guy that's going to absolutely bend over backwards, be a spineless walking turd of a doormat for the entire family just to keep his wife happy. This is the happy wife, happy life kind of dude. He's going to absolutely get taken for everything. I've seen it, man, with my own eyes. This guy will not know how to say no once he gets in a marriage. Married dudes that have probably become that dude or was this guy at one point or have seen it in their friends know exactly what I'm talking about. Glenn the cuck, dude. Sheesh. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. I'll be interested in reading all the comments. Marriage is a hot topic today. It seems like the last bastion is somewhere overseas, but even that's not looking that attractive anymore. And then again, every man's different and wants something different. Some are okay with the bare minimum. Others need a lot more from their partner. And others are completely off-put by it because it's just a piece of paper. And nobody's a virgin anymore anyways. Yada, yada, yada. I'm curious where the common thought starts to coalesce. See See you guys on the next one.